everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to review Ohuhu Acrylic Markers. So, Ohuhu reached out to me and they wanted to send me a handful of products and give my honest review. Let's test some colors. I spent a handful of days playing around with different things. One being, for Valentine's Day, I made my husband a little card. Cute, right? I also did some embellishments on this canvas, but it didn't go as planned. I was live streaming at the time that I started this. It was literally 6 a.m. whenever I started working on this. Obviously, you know, you want to put the white down first and then put the color on, but it was early. I wasn't thinking. It is what it is. We'll have to come back to this one. But mainly, I did this piece. And if you were tuning into my TikTok lives, you got to see this get done in person. And if you would like to watch the full time lapse of this piece being created, I will link it here. So, the acrylic markers. Let's get into it. First off, I have to say I love the packaging of this set. Let's get into the pros and the cons. As far as the colors go, I think the option's great with this set. However, I do wish they were a little more vibrant. I don't know if maybe I spend a lot of time with neon colors or if it's just how they are. I think that they could have a little more richness in hue, but they're still beautiful. The colors are still really nice, and I was really happy to work with these. But maybe just a little more vibrant is all. I do feel that the neon shades could have been brighter. I was expecting that the names being neon that they would be brighter under black light, but they kind of fell short. As you can see, the yellows and pinks don't pop like other brands. It was a little disappointing for me because I love to work with black light reactive stuff. As far as the color accuracy goes, some shades are a tad bit off. I wouldn't really say that they're totally spot on. That is why it's good to have the swatch pages, which is a huge plus that they included the swatches in with the packaging. So, I mean, not that big a deal. I did have trouble pronouncing one of the names. Veritas? I still don't know how to say it. When it came to ink flow, some of these markers were a little inconsistent with others. It took a lot more maneuvering to get the ink to come out of some of these on both ends, the wide tip and the fine tips. It wasn't with all of them, but a couple of them. And the same goes for tip performance. I did have an issue with this marker in particular, is the neon blue, the fine point tip. I did struggle with to get the ink to come out consistently. I kind of fought with this marker. It wasn't like that for all of them, but this one was a problem. I don't know, maybe I was being a little too rough on them, or if it was just, you know, maybe a faulty tip on this one. But I did have an issue with this one and maybe like 2 others. And when it came to the round tips, I did have issues with the tips wanting to flake off. So I would end up getting acrylic in places that I didn't want it to be because the flakes would cause it to smear. So that was an issue with all of them. I don't know if that's more of a quality issue, but it was a problem. I learned that the best way to blend with these markers is to start with the darker shade and then do a lighter shade on top using a feathering technique. You can also do stippling, which I chose to do the feathering technique. Just wanted to make sure to use only the markers and show what they were capable of doing by themselves, and I think that they blend really well like that. So if you wanted a more seamless blend, you could always use a brush to help smooth those colors together. I mean, this was my first time using acrylic markers, and I think I did a pretty good job. But overall, the tips are great. I personally love the fact that the fine tips can get into such small little spaces. It allows you to do that. Huge pro for me. Even with the round tips flaking, it's not a huge issue. It's still a great marker. Definitely plan to keep using these. And the markers are very durable, so it's a huge plus. And with this piece, I did use the mixed media paper that they also sent me. The colors did not like seep through the paper at all. I mean, there's no indication that there's paint on the other side. This paper mixed with the acrylic markers, they worked out perfectly. I also used their fine pens to do the outlines on the piece. The pens held up really well. I actually fell in love with their pens. I didn't have any sort of bleeding through or smearing at all, which is a huge plus. Overall, I think this is a fantastic set to have. The color options is really great. If you are interested in buying these and you've been on the fence, I just say go ahead and do it. You won't regret it. And if you do want to add these markers to your collection, be sure to use the code BrizBazaar to receive 10% off your purchase. I will be linking the markers, the pens, and the paper down below in the description so that you can add them straight away to your cart and start enjoying them yourselves. Thank you guys for watching my video, and be sure to subscribe to my channel to keep up with all of my future content. I have more Ohuhu products coming, and I will be reviewing the alcohol markers up next, so keep an eye out for that. Until then, see you next time. My precious.